Boys and girls, hello, and finally, I can say welcome to Math Topic 2-1. The test is behind us, and that very long Topic 1 is behind us also. So now we can move on. This is a much shorter chapter, which is really good news. So our essential question is, how can I tell if a group of objects is even or odd? I think you're going to like this topic. So it says here, draw cubes to make the numbers shown. Shade all of the numbers that can be shown as two equal groups of cubes. What do you notice about the numbers you shaded? Okay, let's see. So we're looking at these numbers 1 to 20, and I'm going to show one cube. Okay, I see one green cube, and I've got a box around the number 1. Nothing special happening yet. Okay, well now I have the number 2 highlighted. I have a box around it, and I have 2 cubes. Okay, so there's 3. Oh, and there's 4. I'm starting to see something. Oh, now there's 5. But then it's 6. It's even again. And now it's 7. It's a little crooked. It's a little uneven, right? One is taller than the other. What do you think will happen if I move on to 8? Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. What'll happen if I move on to 9? Oh, and look what happens when I move on to 10. I think I see a pattern here. It seems like every time I have a number that ends in a 2, a 4, a 6, an 8, or a 0, like in 10, that number can help me make 2 even stacks, right? Because when I had 2, I had this. And when we had 4, we had another even stack again. And when we had 6 and 8 and 10, okay, that's an interesting thing to remember. So I think if we have a number that ends in 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0, or if we can make 2 even stacks of cubes, 2 cubes that are the same height, I think that means we have an even number. Boys and girls, we are on our way to solving this question. All right, let's move on. Now it says here, show me. You break apart a tower of cubes to make 2 equal parts, but there's 1 cube left over. Is the number of cubes even or odd? Explain. Well, I've got a little tower of cubes right here. Oh, and I haven't added or taken anything away. I have the same number I had before. I just tried to make 2 stacks. But look at this. I still have 5. Is 5 even or odd? Hopefully you said it was odd. And why do you think so? Because we can't make 2 even stacks with it. That's right. Okay, so if you're ever asked if a number is even or odd, take out those cubes or whatever else you're using and see if you can make 2 even stacks. If you can, it's an even number. If you can't, it's an odd number. You can also remember what we said earlier. If the number ends in 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0, it's going to be even every time. Okay, so now let's see if we can get a better explanation from someone else.
How can you tell if a number is even or odd? You can use cubes to find out. A number is even when it can be shown as two equal parts.
That sounds like what we just said.
Is the number 8 even or odd? The number 8 is even. How do you know the number 8 is even?
Oh, come on, guys. We learned this already. You know it. Because we're able to make two even stacks.
The number 8 is even because you can separate the train of 8 cubes into two equal parts of 4 cubes each. A number is odd when it cannot be shown as two equal parts. Is the number 9 even or odd?
Anybody got this?
The number 9 is odd. How do you know the number 9 is odd? The number 9 is odd because you cannot separate the train of 9 cubes into two equal parts. What are some other even numbers, and what are some other odd numbers? The ones digit tells you if a number is even or odd. Is the number 18 even or odd?
It ends in an 8.
The number 18 is even. How can you tell that 18 is an even number? The ones digit, which is 8, is an even number, so you know 18 is even. Is the number 19 even or odd?
Select your answer.
The number 19 is odd. The number 19 is odd because 9, the ones digit, is an odd number. You can now see how to tell whether a number is even or odd.
Okay, I think we got this. I think we know now when to tell whether a number is even or odd, right? Because if it has any of those yellow numbers at the end, 2, 4, 6, 8, 0, right, in the ones digit, we know it's even. So we know that 6 is an even number. And if you remember your doubles fact, you can make 2 stacks of 3. If you can make 2 even stacks, it's an even number. And we can also be sure that 26 is an even number because it ends in a 6. We can also be sure that 356 is an even number because it's got a 6 at the end. We can even say that a number like, I don't know, 4,512 is an even number. Why? Because it's got a 2 at the end, 24680. We could even go further and say that a number like this, I don't know, I'm just going to pick any old number. First thing that comes to mind, I know, 743,400. 422 is also even. Why? Because it's got one of those numbers, 24680, at the end. And if I were feeling really crazy, I might even just choose another regular old number, nothing special about this one. I might choose a number like, let's see, 18,125,318. Is it even or odd? It's even because it ends in a 2 or a 4 or a 6 or an 8 or a 0. Okay, we have this. Let's move on. Okay, so now we are in topic 2-1 in the big book on page 62. And the directions for the guided practice say, look at the number, circle even or odd, then write the equation. Well, for number 1, we have the number 14, and we have two rows of yellow blocks, okay, connecting cubes. And they are the same. There's 7 in each one. So we circle even, and then we fill in the equation. 7 plus 7 equals 14. So see if you can do number 2. Pause if you need time. Okay, do you have it? So let's see. It says there's a 19 at the top. We have 19 blocks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 there. So a 10 and then a 9. And that doesn't look like it's the same length, is it? They look like they're different. So, are we going to call that an odd or an even number? We're going to call it odd. And what's our equation going to be for these blue blocks? 10 plus 6. Ha! I'm kidding. I just wanted to see if you were paying attention. 10 plus 9 equals 19. Okay, once you have all that written down, let's move on. Okay, so here's the next page, independent practice. Numbers 3 through 8 are exactly what we just did. Number 9 says higher order thinking. Oh no. Dave says 12 is even. He says 21 is odd. True or false? Okay, so the directions say for each number circle true or false, then explain your thinking. So explain if why 12 is even or why it isn't, and do the same thing for 21. And then let's move on. Okay, and here's page 64. Number 10 says, Gemma fills 2 baskets with 9 berries each. She gives both baskets to Alan. Does Alan have an odd or even number of berries? Draw a picture to solve. Then write an equation. Now, you don't have to draw a picture of a basket with berries. You can draw counters. You can draw squares. Whatever works. Number 11 says, model. Tyrone puts 4 marbles in one jar. He puts 3 marbles in another jar. Does Tyrone have an odd or even number of marbles? Draw a picture to solve. Then write an equation. Same thing. It's just like number 10. Number 12 says higher order thinking. Yikes. If you add 2 odd numbers, will the sum be odd or even? Explain. Use numbers, pictures, or words. Okay, think about this. We said even numbers have a 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0 at the end, which means odd numbers don't. They have a 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9. If you add two odd numbers, will you get an even number? Try it out. Finally, number 13, assessment practice. Oh, so this is telling you it might be on a test. Look at the number, circle even or odd, then write the equation. Hey, we've already done a couple like these. No problem. All right, boys and girls, so your homework is to finish pages 62 to 64 in the textbook, okay? And what I want you to do from now on is when you finish these pages, take them out, staple them or paper clip them. If you're a C student, put them into the take-home folder on the right side so you'll remember to bring them in the next time you come to school. If you're an O student, make sure you give them to mom or dad where they can put it with your other work, your foundations work, your writing and things like that. So all of that can be included. Okay? And this way we don't have to drop off books or carry them to school or anything like that. All right, boys and girls, that's it. I'm sure you did a great job today. See you again soon. The end.